Hmm. Thank you, God, for the chance to be here. Help me to convey the message that I am meant to today. Hello. So, if you're human, you very likely have things that you don't love the way that they are. Maybe this is the state of your health. This could be your relationships or your job. Maybe it's the way that you react to circumstances or the way that you show up to the commitments that you make. Maybe it's the fear of making commitments at all. Anyhow, all of these are very easy to judge, to say things about ourselves when we notice them. Oh, well, I'm not enough. I've always been like this. My relationships suck. I don't know what to do, and I've never known what to do. It's so easy to feel frustrated. It's so easy to give up on them. And it's so easy to just keep perpetuating this story, keeping up with these narratives and these labels that we make for ourselves that really don't get us anywhere. When I say, I don't know how to fix this, I've never known how to fix this, I'm not creating a new reality. I'm hurt. That's the truth. And that's something that we're going to explore in this course, which I call ECDYSIS, because it has to do with the shedding of skin. It has to do with the moving from this space where we are to the space where we want to be. And it's an inner space, foremostly. This space of peace, this space of knowing that I'm doing all that I can. This is something that butterflies live when they transform. They live their metamorphosis. They live their transformation of going into this difficult space. They create their cocoon, and inside their wings are grown, and then they have to break out of it. And it's actually a painful process, but they have to break out of this place that during the time that they're in it keeps them safe so that they can fly, so that they can expand and grow and travel. And the same happens with snakes that shed their skin periodically. It happens with different little spiders and I think praying mantis, that they shed their outer skin so that they can grow into something new. And the skin that we are going to be shedding is these wounds, are these beliefs. And we're going to explore them through going to what these spaces are in our lives that we don't exactly love as they are, that we wish were different. So we're going to be doing a few things, and one of them is exploring how these situations that we're living, even though we may not love them, even though they may not be ideal, and we may not want to keep them that way, how are these serving a great purpose? How have these been for my highest spiritual well-being? How have these been preparing me and bringing me tools for my mission in life, for what I'm supposed to give, the offerings I'm supposed to bring? This for me is particularly meaningful because this is what I'm doing, is even to be able to give this course, is going back and seeing, okay, every time I have doubts of maybe it's, who am I to give this course? What am I even going to teach them? Like, I'm not a master. Like, I have so much left to learn. What I do in those moments is go back and see all the things that I have lived, how they have prepared me for this moment. Suffering in my health or experiencing deep loss, how these things equipped me and transformed me so that through living that process, I can now count on tools and, if nothing else, with compassion to accompany other people who are going through those processes as well. So this is one, is re-signifying, recognizing, which means in our cognition, in our understanding, being able to understand it in a new way, in a way that empowers us, rather than believing, well, that happened because God hates me, or that happened because, I'm paying off something that I did, or that happened because it's in punishment for what I did wrong 5 years ago, etc. But making it something more, turning it into something that empowers me, that gives me strength, that serves me rather than holds me back and weighs me down. Something else we're going to be doing is using the chakras, using the energetic centers in our body as a map. And we're going to travel and go to each of those energetic centers to explore there how it looks when it's just unblocked and how it gets blocked. What the common wounds are that close it off, that make us close off our hearts, that make us not use our voice, that make us feel like we're unworthy, that make us feel guilty, like everything is our fault, like everything good that ever happens is just gonna run out, is too good to be true. Where those beliefs come from. We're gonna explore them, we're gonna see, and we're gonna travel one by one so that it can not be too confusing. And it's going to be such a trip. It is such a trip every time for me that I go over it, because there's always new wounds to discover. And every time I go through it, I feel freer and freer. And this is not just like a cure-all for the rest of your life, but it is a first aid kit for the rest of your life. Because now we'll learn through this process, as you go through your life, things will come up again. You'll feel triggered, but now you'll be able to recognize, oh, that's right, this trigger is from here. It doesn't belong here. Like, yeah, I'm being bothered that my sister made this comment right now about me that isn't true, but why it's bothering me so much is because of, and I'll recognize where it comes from. Know that right now, this reaction that I'm feeling that's so enormous is a little bit disproportionate because it's carrying other wounds. And then what I get to do with that is find what it is that I need so that I can heal and move through and resolve those old wounds. And the tools for how to do that are also going to be taught in this course. And I'm so grateful to be able to share it, because I say that for me it's a homage, like it's a gift of thanks. It's an offering of thanks from me to my teachers. And by teachers, I mean people. By teachers, I mean experiences. And it's a thank you from me to all those experiences, to all those people, because thanks to them, I am where I am today, which is not perfect, which is not with everything solved, but which is in a place that's much freer than I ever knew I could be, in a place where I feel much more equipped to get through things when they do come my way, through the disagreements that I have, through the triggers that I feel. Yeah, I still feel them, but I feel less feared to go into the emotions. Now I go into the emotion almost with curiosity, with intention, like, okay, let me feel this profoundly so that I can understand then what's behind it, like, what else am I feeling? Okay, I feel really mad, but what's really behind this anger? Okay, I'm feeling betrayed. I'm feeling really sad that disagreement wasn't kept, and I start to understand and explore and see what's beneath. And so I get to work through things, I would say, much more quickly than I used to be able to. And so that makes me feel stronger. And this I wish for you. I want to close by saying that for me, this course is an offering and has the intention for me of reverting this harmful, hurtful cycle, which is of hurt people hurting other people because we're hurt. Like the typical, I'm having a headache, I feel really sick, I haven't told anyone, but I just feel like shit. And then something happens and I just, lash out. Like I can't even have compassion, no patience, no pause. But it's because I'm in pain. That's why I acted like that. But the other person won't necessarily know that. But there I caused pain. And now that person who also has their own pains and wounds now has some more pain thanks to this person that's in pain that didn't take care of themselves. How different would it be if I have this headache, I feel badly, and I tell someone about it? Maybe I even tell this person, and maybe I'm already doing something about it. I'm drinking water, I'm taking deep breaths and taking a moment. Then this situation happens, and from this place of knowing what I'm going through, I'm able to tell them, you know what? That makes me really upset, but I'm not in a space to talk about it right now because I have a really bad headache and I don't feel well. Can we talk about it later? Like, whether I handled it from this space of more patience because I'm taking care of myself, or whether I just told them, like whether I just took care of myself by saying, I can't talk about this right now, or whether I just let them know, hey, this is what I'm going through. This is where my response is coming from. I create a totally different cycle, a new consciousness. And well, I could go into explaining and bring this out more, but it's just so beautiful. And to live from there, I believe it's healing. I believe it's what we need. And at least it's what I want to see in my world. So it's what I'm practicing and what I'm here to teach to you in this course. So I hope that you'll join me, and that if you have questions that you'll ask so that I can help you through them and hopefully sign you up for 4 months of this kind of rich rawness that's going to change your life forever. Sending you a big hug to wherever you are from Zamora, Michoacan, which we are leaving in 2 days from. So that's a big change. But thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And thank you for caring about yourself and about creating what you want. Because what you want is for a reason. You want peace. You want love. You want abundance. You want to be generous. Well, that's a beautiful intention. And it's the best for all the world, for all concerned, that you get your desires. So I want to help you to get through whatever blocks are making you think you can't have them. See you soon.